This is Sheila. Just wanted to do a quick talk tonight on depression. Let's talk about depression and anxiety and mental health overall. So I want to talk about this because I know that a lot of people out there are suffering internally. They're suffering in silence and they are not getting the help that they need. I know this because I work currently for a Christian counseling organization, and I have been given, by God's grace, the opportunity to earn my own doctorate in pastoral counseling. And in my studies, I am seeing the limitations that a lot of Christians have when it comes to going to counseling. They think that they all they need to do is just pray and go to God and they'll be okay. And that is the case, and a lot of times that does work for them, but a lot of times it doesn't work. And if it's not going to work for you, I'm not going to discourage you from prayer. I will never discourage anybody from going to God with their needs. What I will encourage you to do is find someone who understands being a Christian and who also is a counselor who will be able to give you the care that you're needing, both mentally and spiritually. The Bible has so many different examples of mental illness and the Lord helping them. King David himself dealt with depression and anxiety. We have Moses who had such an anxiety in speaking that he stuttered. We have the prophet Elijah who flew to the wilderness and he prayed for death, and the Lord gave him food and he gave him rest and he spoke to him. He counseled his prophets. He counseled Moses and he counseled King David. So counseling most definitely is needed. Jesus Christ was the best counselor. He himself went down to Thomas, and people call him Doubting Thomas. He doubted, but he was mostly real about it. He needed to see the proof that healing could happen, that the Lord was alive. And I don't see anything wrong with needing proof. Some people need it. And being the most gracious God that we have, God came to him and he showed him his wounds. He allowed him to touch him where he had been hurt, in his side where he had been stabbed. He allowed him to see that he had been harmed. But God came back in triumph. He came back in glory. He came back in victory. But he also came back scarred. And he showed those scars to prove that yes, pain happens. Yes, I went through this and I am triumphant. God did that. He showed where he had been hurt. And that is a merciful God, I believe. To have a God that will show you where his pain is and to counsel you and allow you to see his wounds, that is something that I don't think anybody else could have done but God. And so as a counselor, I I know the limitations that I have. I cannot heal anybody, but I can always go to God, and I know that God is the one who can heal. And so, if you are needing help, if you are needing assistance in breaking the barriers of depression, the anxieties out there, go to God, yes. But if you're needing additional help, go to a counselor. Because God, He did not make us with the spirit of fear. He made us with the spirit of power, a spirit of love, and with a sound mind. That is how God made us. When He deliberated and created us, He said, "Let us make us let us make us in our image, in our likeness." He contemplated that in a sound way and made us complete and whole in His image. So yeah, if you're needing the assistance and if you're needing the help, pray on it. Go to God, absolutely. But if you're needing additional assistance, find a counselor. Find someone who understands Christianity and understands your plight. Have a good night.